Guys, what's up? It's DSilver17 here. Today I have a pretty cool video for you guys. A lot of you guys may think you know a lot about probably one of the top companies in the world here, Apple. But I bet you do know these top 10 facts. Without any further ado, let's kick things off with number one. So why is the time always 9:41 a.m. when Apple's unveiling a product? Well, it's kind of because Apple plans it out this way. They give them a few minutes on the side to kind of get ready, and then they take the bulk of the presentation to kind of unveil and unleash their new products. This is they chose, like, they basically scheduled this all out so that when they release it, at the time that they're releasing it, there will be more people in the room that they will ever have in the whole presentation. So I'm just to clarify here, they have more people in the room at the time at 9:41 than they will maybe at 10 o'clock or at 9:30. They say at 9:40 to 9:45 or something like that. That's when the most when most people are going to be in the room hearing the Apple event. All right, guys. So number two, did you know Samsung makes a portion of Apple's processors that go in the new iPhones? Yep, that's right. Apple kind of just relies on Samsung to make some of their processors for their iPhones. I don't know how this works or what agreement they have going on, but Samsung can just stop making them like that and we'll have a shortage of iPhones. Samsung is Apple's biggest rival too. And next, watch what you say to Siri. Everything you say to Siri is sent to Apple, meaning that Apple can look at, analyze, and reference anything that you say at any time. Then, the service sends back down answers to your question, directly from Apple. I bet you guys didn't know that the iPod Classic is no longer available for sale. Of course, you can always get this from third-party retailers such as eBay or maybe Amazon. But on the regular old Apple website, there's none available. Apple discontinued the product. Number one, mainly due to the lack of care for the product. I mean, everything's just been kind of outnumbering in terms of specs. Obviously, the iPod Classic didn't really have any specs to kind of speak of. It didn't have a touchscreen. It had that old-fashioned kind of click wheel. I don't think there's really any iPod still around that uses that click wheel anymore. It was when the iPod Touch came out in 2007, it kind of took the place as the most popular iPod. Apple just kind of wants you to go to the iPhone now because you can't get any more. You can't get that much capacity. The iPod Classic had like 160 gigabytes of storage on it. I mean, you can't get that anymore with any of the iPods, except for the only thing that comes kind of close is the iPad and the iPhone. You didn't know that Apple's first computer, the Apple I, was announced in 1976. Since then, it's evolved to many more products. Apple eventually created, obviously, the iPod, the iPhone, the iPad, the iMac, the MacBook. All the different products and different lines have really just kind of came from this one device back in 1976. So with this next one, you guys all heard of jailbreaking for your iPhone, iPad, whatever the heck you have. Well, you know how you get hacks and stuff and you use Cydia? Well, it turns out Cydia is a worm. And the company is Apple. So you're hacking Apple using Cydia. I just found that pretty cool and pretty funny to kind of think about. For this next one, I bet you guys didn't know that every 1 out of 3 high schoolers uses an iPhone. Now, I know that you see a lot of people and everyone on their phones, but I actually never even knew it was this much. This actually surprised me a little bit. Every 1 out of 3 high schoolers uses an iPhone. I bet you also didn't know that Apple's famous Retina display is also made by Samsung, otherwise known as Apple's probably their biggest rival. Coming in at number 9, I bet you guys didn't know that 40% of all apps in the Apple App Store are free. And I also bet you guys didn't know that there are around 500,000 Apple apps designed specifically for the iPad. Finally, coming in at number 10, I bet you guys didn't know that the iPhone 6 Plus was the first iPhone to change the pixel density of the screen since the iPhone 4. The iPhone 4 started with Apple's Retina display and had a 326 pixels per inch. Then the iPhone 5 again revolutionized the screen and had a boosted screen size but kept the same resolution at 326 pixels per inch. The iPhone 6, the 4.7-inch iPhone 6, again has the 326 pixels per inch, but the iPhone 6 Plus is where it all changes with the 401 pixels per inch. So you're getting a little sharper display there with the iPhone 6 Plus. That's it, guys. As always, I'm DSilver17. I'll like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.